Good evening, folks. Welcome back to Brian Post, the show where I wade through the swamp of today's global headlines so you don't have to. Tonight's collection of stories is so absurd, I half expect Netflix to announce it's their new limited series. Here's what we've got on the menu. John Bolton under FBI raid. Lil Nas X arrested half-naked. Canada's Prime Minister politely surviving a phone call with Donald Trump. Villanova terrorized by a shooting hoax. And Jerome Powell giving Wall Street whiplash. Yes, it's the kind of news cycle that makes you wish you lived under a rock. But then again, if you did, the FBI would probably raid the rock. John Bolton under FBI raid. So, headline number 1. John Bolton's home raided by the FBI. Yeah, John Bolton, the former national security advisor, the guy with the mustache that could block out the sun. Apparently, the FBI wasn't stopping by to compliment his grooming. They were there for classified documents, allegedly mishandled. Here's the irony. This is the man who lectured the world about national security for decades. He once argued that even blinking too close to Iran was a security threat. And yet here he is, accused of treating top-secret papers like a collection of old restaurant receipts. It's like catching a firefighter playing with matches. Or like finding out your doctor keeps used syringes as souvenirs. At this point, Washington's classified document scandals are less about justice and more about tradition. If you've been in D.C. long enough and haven't had your house raided, are you even trying? Speaking of people who clearly have no concept of personal boundaries, let's move from espionage to stage lights. Lil Nas X arrested half-naked. Headline number 2, Lil Nas X arrested in Los Angeles. And folks, this one reads like a rejected skit from Saturday Night Live. According to reports, he was found nearly naked, just boots and underwear. He allegedly punched a cop, may have overdosed, and ended up hospitalized, facing misdemeanor charges. Now, Lil Nas X has always been theatrical. He gave us Old Town Road, he gave us a music video where he literally lap danced the devil. So being arrested in nothing but boots, honestly, it's almost on brand. If anything, it's commitment to performance art. But let's pause here. Think about being that police officer. You get a call, you show up, and suddenly you're wrestling a half-naked man in cowboy boots who may or may not be hallucinating. That's not law enforcement. That's a deleted scene from Brokeback Mountain 2, LAPD edition. And of course, the internet went wild. Social media lit up with memes faster than you can say viral. In 2025, public meltdowns aren't scandals, they're marketing strategies. You think this hurts his career? Please, give it 2 weeks and Lil Nas X will drop a remix called Mugshot Rodeo and it'll go platinum. From the wild streets of Los Angeles, we now travel north to polite chaos, Canada. And yes, it involves Trump. Canada's Prime Minister talks to Trump. And now we move north. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney spoke with Donald Trump today, which, let's be real, is the political equivalent of a moose trying to reason with a chainsaw. The topic, trade. Carney, being Canadian, probably opened with, "Hello, Donald, I hope you're well, sorry about everything." Trump, being Trump, likely replied, "Where's my parade?" Reports say Carney agreed to lift some Canadian retaliation tariffs, while Trump, in classic Trump fashion, kept his steel and aluminum duties because why not? To him, tariffs are like Twitter rants. You don't need logic, you just need volume. Picture the phone call. Carney, "We should work together for mutual growth." Trump, "Growth? I already grew the biggest economy. The best economy. People say it was huge." Carney, "Right, but about tariffs." Trump, No. I invented tariffs. Nobody had tariffs before me. Meanwhile, Canadian officials are probably stress-eating maple syrup straight out of the bottle, because dealing with Trump is like negotiating with a raccoon. Loud, stubborn, and always convinced the garbage is his. And speaking of garbage fires, let's head to Villanova University, where chaos erupted over a shooting hoax, because why not add unnecessary panic to an already anxious generation of college kids? Villanova shooting hoax. Villanova University, a place known for academics, basketball, and apparently panic-inducing hoaxes. Today, students were told there was an active shooter on campus. Lockdowns were initiated, police swarmed the grounds, and the campus basically reenacted every teen horror movie ever made. Then, plot twist, nothing. No shooter, no weapon, just some cruel individual thinking it would be funny to traumatize hundreds of students. Genius, really. If I wanted to scare a bunch of young adults with no life experience in danger, I'd just show them my bank statement after paying taxes. And imagine explaining this to parents. Oh, your kid's fine, just terrified for 3 hours over nothing. Classic 2025 energy. The generation that grows up playing Fortnite now has to learn how to panic professionally. From hoaxes on campus to hoaxes in the economy. Yes, I'm talking about Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell's speech at Jackson Hole. Next headline. Jerome Powell, Federal Reserve Chair, takes the mic at Jackson Hole. Now, this is the one day a year where Wall Street actually listens to someone whose job is to literally control the money in the country. Powell hinted gently, like a cat pawing at your face at 3 a.m., that interest rate cuts might be coming soon. Markets responded as you'd expect, like frat boys at happy hour. The S&P 500 jumped, traders fist-bumped their monitors, and somewhere, a billionaire yacht salesman cried tears of joy. Powell's approach? Cautiously optimistic. Translation, he's the friend who says, I'll buy the next round. But you know that round comes with a surprise inflation chaser. Stocks may soar now, but don't forget, the hangover is inevitable. So between hoaxes and half-naked pop stars, the world continues to prove that reality isn't just stranger than fiction, it's actively trying to get a Netflix deal. Tonight on Brian Post, we covered John Bolton under FBI investigation. Apparently, national security isn't so secure after all. Lil Nas X arrested half-naked, proving once again that celebrity logic is a universe of its own. Canada's Prime Minister negotiates with Trump. Polite diplomacy versus chaos personified. Villanova University shooting hoax. Fake terror meets real panic. Jerome Powell at Jackson Hole, giving Wall Street a sugar rush they didn't know they needed. So, there you have it. The best of today's global madness, served sarcastically, with a side of reality. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Which of today's headlines made you question humanity the most? This is Brian Post, signing off. Stay sarcastic, stay skeptical, and for heaven's sake, check your underwear before answering the door.